Hello and happy Thursday to you guys. Well, I just want to say that summertime is peak season when most people make a move. And I am so happy that I have Jennifer Noch with Blue Star Move Management, who is going to help us wrap our minds around the whole moving process. And so we're going to just do some quick tips that can help you if you're planning a move, whether you are buying a home and selling a home, or you're moving just into a new type of home in general. Jennifer, she is my go-to for all things move management related. So we're going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes that most people make when they move. And I already know number 1, but I'll let Jennifer take it from here.
Hey everybody, I'm Jennifer with Blue Star Move Management. We're a full-service move management company here in Charlotte. We also have a location in Naples, Florida. And I don't know if anybody knows what move management means. It's a move manager, right? We help you throughout the move, no matter you're upsizing or downsizing, whichever direction you're going with your content, we help you plan. And so some of the things that we can do are, we can do some sorting, we can help you get organized, we can help with staging your home to get ready for sale, we can help you pack up for your move. I'm not the mover, that's the one thing I'm not. I do line out the mover and I help you find the mover of your choice, but I put that together for you so it's a streamlined process. And then back to Blue Star, we can help you unpack and get settled in all the way to hanging your pictures and setting your alarm clocks. So,
nice.
So she was asking about the biggest mistakes, and I would say in my 5.5 years experience of helping people move, I'm probably in 2 houses a day, experiencing different types of moves all across the board. Anywhere from, like she was saying, you know, you're in your starter home and now you're moving into something larger, or you're on the downsize, or what they might call right sizing these days. Mm-hmm. So on the mistake side, I think it always comes down to planning, right? Whatever we do, and we're getting ready to do something that's a large, what's the word I'm looking for? Event, right? Or an event in our life, mm-hmm. right? And you know it's coming. Planning, it's all about the planning. Mm-hmm. And so I always recommend when I'm working with our clients is to do a space plan. And in the space plan, no matter, even if it's if you're moving everything into the next home, it might be a different setup in the new home. Maybe you're going from like a Tudor style house with just a bunch of rooms to something that's got more of an open floor plan. Mm-hmm. So the furniture that you had in your current home might not fit in the new home quite the same. And so the mistake that's made there is that people don't do a space plan and they end up moving and paying to move all of the furniture and artwork and things and content too that maybe doesn't fit. And then when you get there, there's a little bit of chaos because things aren't working quite like you imagined them to work. And then you're spending more money then to unwind some of that process. Mm-hmm. So I would say that would be one of them.
Okay.
The second one, of course, then, is vetting your mover. So even if you didn't use a move manager to assist you in your process, you just wanted to find a mover because you're going to pack your own boxes and you're good to unpack yourself. Vetting your mover. So when you're vetting your mover, some things to look out for. You definitely want to check them out on Google, make sure they have good Google reviews, or maybe even ask friends and family, hey, have you moved lately? Who did you use? Because you do want to check that they're reputable, right? Mm-hmm. And I only say that because there are the horrible stories, and I hear them all the time, where maybe you choose a mover who was less expensive, right? Mm-hmm. Like you go and you do 3 estimates, but you choose the fellow that's the less expensive, right? Well, there's a good chance what could happen, and it happens to a lot, is they're going to ask you for a deposit, so you give them a minimal deposit. They're going to load your furniture, and then they're going to get to the other side, and they're going to hold on to your furniture in the truck until they say, oh, well, actually, this is going to be a little more than we thought. This is going to be $500 to $1,000 more. Can you go ahead and pay us now? And if you don't pay them, they'll hold your things.
They have your furniture.
Yeah, and that happens. It really happens, right? So you definitely want to vet your mover to make sure that they are estimating properly. Another reason why you want to use a move manager, just because we do it every day and we get all the small details, right? Because there might be things that you didn't know that they're considering, like, well, that stairwell has a tight turn, right?
Yes.
Or, wow, there's a long walk coming out of that elevator. I didn't realize the walk was going to be down the elevator and all the way across the parking lot, right? So those are things that maybe you would miss talking to your mover that would add cost, right? And then, of course, a lot of times, I don't know if people understand that, of course, you can do a lot of the packing yourself, but any packed by owner box is not approved by the mover, or meaning the mover, if it's broken, will not cover the damage unless the box is totally beat up, right? If the box is beaten up, that means the mover dropped it. So then the mover might take responsibility. For the most part, though, if it's packed by owner, they're going to put a PBO, that means packed by owner, label on it, so they know they're not responsible for it.
Absolutely.
But back to vetting your mover, let's talk about the insurance of the move. Okay? Let's talk really quickly about that.
Yes. And most people, insurance goes over their head,
Right.
but Jennifer has simplified this explanation for you so that you can be able to make that decision when you're making that move.
Right. So when you work with a mover, and especially in North Carolina, everybody has to offer what's called basic value protection. And this is the thing, they don't call it insurance, they call it valuation. So it's not called insurance, it's called valuation. And how that works, basic value protection, all movers have to include that. So if they give you a price and they say your move's going to be $2,000, right? That includes their valuation. And how that valuation is stated is that any item damaged will be replaced at 60 cents per pound per article, regardless of the actual value of the item damaged or lost. So for example, on that 60 cents per pound per article, if there was a chair, like a dining room chair, and they broke the leg or it just completely demolished, right? And really it's not even repairable, you'd have to replace it. At that basic value protection, 60 cents per pound per article, if the chair weighs, let's just say 10 pounds to keep our numbers rounded, the mover's only responsible to give you $6 on that chair. Okay, that's all they have to give you for a damaged chair. The other option then that they offer you is full value protection. Okay, FVR is how it's listed on their paperwork. Full value protection is when you actually purchase insurance or valuation and you say, you know what, my goods in my home are worth $60,000. And a lot of times people say, well, I don't know how much my content's worth. If you had a renter's policy or a homeowner's insurance policy, however much they covered you for is generally how much is worth, right? Your content is worth. That's usually in the neighborhood of 50 to 100,000. You can purchase additional valuation, and it's usually in neighborhoods of $150 to $200 or more, depending on how much you buy.
And that's not that expensive.
Right, and it's not, considering if they do break something, now they have to fully cover it, right? They have to replace your chair at the full value.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's perfect. Well, and if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat below, or you can DM me or DM Jennifer, and we would be more than happy to make sure that you have just a full understanding of that information. And then my Coldwell Banker office is undergoing a renovation, so if you hear any background noise, feel free to just discard it. But we are going to dive into the next topic, because most of my clients, they are selling their current home that they live in. It's probably the first home that they own. And so they're selling that home and they're upsizing. So how are they able to maximize their home sale while using what they have and selling and buying a home?
Okay. So we have a little term for that. It's called pre-move organizing with staging in mind.
Okay.
Okay? Right? So the idea behind that is to go through your home and start organizing, right? So obviously a lot of times when the realtor comes, they'll say, well, we'd like for you to take down your personal pictures, anything that, or it's personal to you. We're going to start working on that. So we would maybe take the pictures off the wall that were personal, anything on your surfaces that are personal. We start to make your home look staged using the content you have. And if you're just grabbing everything up and moving it to the next, the work that we're doing in this stage of the game is for that long-term goal. So all the while, as we're packing, it's kind of pre-packing for what you're going to do later on. So we'll work on things that don't need to be displayed because maybe they're too personal, but of course you want to hold on to them, so we'll just pre-pack those for your move. And then just go through the home. We might even move furniture around within the home. If something works better over here and it looks better, we stage the home with your own furniture to
Nice.
maximize the value and help you get the home ready for listing, right? We help declutter the closets, the garage, any of those spaces, any shelving, we kind of like declutter that and just pull things off so it looks staged.
Okay.
Your own home. Yep.
Well, that is perfect. So I know that this was just a brief but hopefully helpful information session about helping you guys have a smooth move. I definitely thought that one of the biggest mistakes people make is when a husband and a wife are trying to move together, one person has one idea in mind of how to move and the other person has another big idea in mind of how to move. But that's where move management comes into play, and they just take care of everything so that you can keep your marriage happy.
Right?
But Jennifer is definitely going to be back, so if you guys have any questions, we can definitely do another information session so that you can have the information to help you with your decision when you're moving. But everyone, continue to have a wonderful day. Don't forget, if you have questions, DM me or reach out to Jennifer and we'll be happy to answer those. But continue to have a wonderful day.
Take care, bye.